What's up, people? Welcome back to Invest with T-Claus. My name is Tevi, and this channel is dedicated to my investment journey, along with coverage on crypto, Tesla, Neo, Virgin Galactic, and ChargePoint. Come for the information and stay for the perspective. So we are now just 2 weeks away from the Bitcoin halving event, estimated to occur on April 20th. I'll link the countdown calendar in the description below for those of you interested. I personally think it's a fun tool. Now, the reason this is relevant as we think about Mara, well, it's the fact that the reward they get from mining Bitcoin is about to be cut in half, from 6.25 Bitcoin down to 3.125. With Bitcoin hovering around 70K, essentially near all-time high, there's a decent amount of uncertainty on whether or not Bitcoin sells off heavily post-halving, as it has in the past, and pulls the miners down with it. Or it could go the other way around and everything moves up. We don't really know at this point. That uncertainty, however, has Mara down another 18.38% this week, closing at $18.43. And so in times of higher uncertainty, focusing on the business performance can help determine if the price weakness is a signal to run for the hills or an opportunity. And so in today's video, I'll go over the latest news around Mara's mining operation. We'll then take a look at the current analyst recommendations for the stock, some changes here, and I'll close with what I'm personally doing as far as buying, holding, or selling. Opportunity or sell signal? Stick around to get my answer. As always, this is not to be taken as financial advice. I am not a financial advisor. This is my personal approach to investing and the thought process behind it. I'd recommend watching all the way through so that you don't miss out on anything pertinent I'll be sharing. Drop this video an early like if you haven't already, and smash that subscribe button. Those are 2 easy ways to show your support to the channel and help it grow if you appreciate the content. All right, let's get into it. So Mara has been gearing up for this Bitcoin halving by expanding its operations. Part of what pushed the stock price to a year-to-date high of $32.51 was the announcement that Mara was acquiring additional data centers to increase its mining capacity. The first 2 acquisitions closed earlier this year in January. The closure of the 3rd acquisition took place this week and is located in Garden City, Texas. It not only adds immediate mining capacity, which is key, but it also offers room to expand. That ultimately supports Mara's strategy to double its Bitcoin mining capability by 2025. You can see on the graph here the projected step change by year. We have an expected increase of 42% in 2024 and another 43% in 2025. This, of course, all goes towards countering the 50% reduction in Bitcoin reward that will go into effect post-halving. Now, the other benefit this facility brings is that it offers Mara the ability to further vertically integrate its business by owning the mining operation versus having the extra expense of being hosted by a third-party data center. Now, the cost savings that comes with vertically integrating their business can help reduce the cost of mining Bitcoin, which in turn helps improve their margins. That again is key, right? The lower they can drop the mining cost, currently around 22K, while the price of Bitcoin climbs, the better it will be for the business and ultimately their stock price. Now, with March coming to a close, Mara also released details on their mining performance for the month. They reported experiencing some decent challenges, but in the end, still managed to produce 894 Bitcoin in March versus 833 Bitcoin in February. That's a 7% month-over-month increase. It also represents an 8% increase when you look year over year. The average operational hash rate also increased by 4% from 17.6 exahash per second to now 18.4. On a year over year basis, that's an increase of 59%, which is massive, okay? Now, the main takeaway here is that Mara is doing more than just talking the talk. They are walking the walk, okay? You can see the performance improvement in the reported results. It's worth noting that they sold 440 Bitcoin in March to support operations, which isn't unexpected, but what you really want to pay attention to here is the fact that even with that, they increased their total Bitcoin holdings. They went from 16,930 Bitcoin in February to now 17,381 in March. That's a 3% increase month over month, but a significant 52% increase year over year. And you can do the math on what that translates to dollar-wise. The point here is simply this. Not every Bitcoin mining company will survive this Bitcoin halving. Mara knows this, and they've been building their war chest since last year in anticipation of this. so that they can capitalize on the industry consolidation should the opportunity present itself. Now, at the start of this video, I called out the uncertainty in the air around the Mara stock. That is still reflected in the recommended consensus analyst rating of hold. That recommendation is made up of 7 ratings now instead of 6 prior. We have 2 buy ratings, 4 hold, and 1 sell rating. The high and low end of the range are unchanged at $35 and $14 respectively. The average consensus price target is now a bit lower at $22.55 versus $23.83 prior. But even then, that still represents a potential 22.35% increase from the current level, which is not negligible. The other thing that I think about, if we go back to mid-March, when Bitcoin corrected down to 61K, Mara followed and dropped as low as $17.56. I took the opportunity then to add another 100 shares at $18.20, but that was my last buy transaction. The main reason being that I did prioritize at the time adding more to my Riot position over Mara. Now, this is not because I don't believe Mara will climb post-halving. It's simply because when we look at the technical chart, Mara is more likely to fall further should Bitcoin once again sell off. So this is more of a risk management move. And I can already hear the next question, which is, how low could Mara fall if that were to happen? The next big area of support would be the 200-day moving average. That's the blue line on the screen here. The price currently sits at $15.90. As I look at RSI, also sitting at 40.79, momentum realistically could take us either up or down. And so for me, given my current position, I'm comfortable waiting to see which way we go as we go through this halving event. If we drop even lower, well, I save some dry powder to be able to add further to my position at an even better entry point. And if we take off from here, well, that's okay too, because the reality is I'm positioned well enough as is. The bottom line for me, and really the last thing that I will say, is this. Mara, from a business standpoint, is well capitalized to handle any volatility that the halving event may bring. Nothing in these charts provide any clear indication of where near-term momentum will go, but what I do believe is that the price of Bitcoin will increase further by the end of this year and beyond, thanks to the institutional demand. And with Mara holding more and more Bitcoin on their balance sheet, all while they improve their business fundamentals, the company as a whole will become even more valuable. And that in itself should help drive the stock price higher. So to answer the question at the start of this video, these lower prices to me are an opportunity. I'm simply waiting for a better entry point. My game plan with Mara is set. Bring on the Bitcoin halving. But on that note, that is it for me today. If you found value in my content, click the like button and share with others who you think could also benefit from it. For my newcomers, subscribe, it's free, and don't forget to ring the notification bell so that you too can stay in the know. I'll be back on Sunday for my weekly video and possibly during the week for an extra one. Till then, you can keep up with me here on Twitter or on Telegram, link in the description below for crypto and NFT related news. Thank you for watching, stay humble, hustle hard, and I'll see you in the next one.